Apple's 15-inch MacBook Air, everything you need to know. Apple is reportedly planning to launch a new laptop in 2023. Here's what I know so far. Ross Young of a display supply chain consultant shared a tweet showing the display panel for the 15-inch MacBook Air entered production this month, suggesting a launch as early as April 2023. Will there be a 15-inch MacBook Air? Latest news. In a tweet to his subscriber on February 13, Ross Young of a display supply chain consultant said that 15-inch panel for the new MacBook Air has entered production. Given the usual time frame for such a thing, this suggests a launch in early April of 2023. In a January 2023 Power On newsletter, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman wrote that the 15-inch MacBook Air will be a major shaping grace for the Mac lineup in 2023. This is not the first we have heard of the large MacBook Air. Gurman and others have been sharing details of the unreleased Mac laptop for some time. Gurman first wrote way back in the January 2021 that Apple had explored the idea of a 15-inch MacBook Air. Gurman sources suggest that Apple wishes to introduce the new model in order to grow its slice of the laptop market with more models and more choice of consumers. Then in March 2022, the SEC CEO Ross Young said that this new 15-inch model will be a variant of MacBook Air and won't replace the current model. Following that report, Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo also tweeted about a 15-inch MacBooks, indicating that this new model could arrive in 2023, that it may offer an M2 Pro chip. Interestingly, Kuo, unlike Gurman and Young, doesn't refer to this as a MacBook Air, but rather calls it a MacBook. 15-inch MacBook Air release date. Gurman suggests the new MacBook Air could see a spring in 2023 launch. This could mean a March or April launch. Apple often holds a spring event, such as the one for the 24-inch iMac in 2021. Although a WWDC 2023 launch may be more likely. Ross Young says the panel entered production in February, which suggests a launch around early April. Alternatively, Apple may wish to reserve its spring event time to sold for the launch of the Vero headset, which is rumored to be almost ready for launch. In which case, we could see Apple announce the new Macs without an event, instead issuing press release to announce the new products, as they did with the iPad in 2022. Kuo also indicates that the 15-inch MacBook Air will arrive in the second quarter of 2023 or later. 15-inch MacBook Air price. To get an idea of how Apple will price the new 15-inch MacBook Air, we can look at the price of Apple's current lineup of Mac laptops. 13-inch M2 MacBook Air is $1,199 or £1,249 or $1,499 or £1,549. 13-inch M2 MacBook Pro is $1,299 or £1,349 or $1,499 or £1,549. 14-inch M2 Pro MacBook Pro started as $1,999 or £2,149, and 16-inch M2 Pro MacBook Pro started at $2,499 or £2,699. Looking at that lineup, the first challenge is working out what the new 15-inch MacBook would sit. Assuming it's a MacBook Air without a fan, introducing a 15-inch MacBook as a replacement for the 13-inch MacBook Pro makes a lot of sense. If that is the case, we'd expect pricing to be slightly above what the 13-inch MacBook Pro costs right now, and so be $1,399 or £1,449 or $1,599 or £1,649. If it's more of higher end model, it could start as high as $1,799, starting price for the original MacBook Air back in 2008. Note that we may see prices rise when the new Macs are introduced. In October 2022, Apple increased price of iPad outside the USA in line with currency fluctuations. 15-inch MacBook Air design and display. When Apple first announced the MacBook Air in 2008, it was only available in 13-inch model, though an 11-inch model was added in 2010 and discontinued in 2015, so offering two sizes of the MacBook Air wouldn't be unprecedented. Nor will it be the first time Apple has sold a 15-inch laptop. Apple introduced the popular 15-inch PowerBook in 2001 and the 15-inch MacBook Pro in 2006. Apple continued to sell a version of the 15-inch MacBook Pro until it was replaced with the 16-inch MacBook Pro in 2019. The last model of the 15-inch MacBook Pro had a 15.4-inch screen and dimension of the 13.75 inches x 9.48 inch x 0.61 inch. A newer model would have smaller bezels like the M2 MacBook Air, so the screen could be a bit bigger. For example, the M2 MacBook Air has a slightly larger 13.6-inch display compared to the 13.3-inch display in the MacBook Pro and M1 MacBook Air, but the dimensions are practically identical. However, Apple could be going even smaller instead. Analyst Ross Young, who correctly predicted the M2 Air's 13.6-inch display, suggested in March 2022 that the screen on this new model will measure 15.2 inch. That would be about a quarter inch smaller than the 15-inch MacBook Pro and much smaller in stature, likely measuring around 12.5 inch x 8.75 inch. Along with the smaller bezels, the new 15-inch display will likely feature a notch and have a thin profile of less than half an inch. Later reports have said the panel will measure 15.5 inches. While there have been rumors that the MacBook Air will get a mini LED display in 2022, Apple opted to use a similar LCD panel for the redesigned laptop, so it seems that promotion mini LED tech will be reserved for the higher-end MacBook Pro models, so the new 15-inch MacBook Air likely won't offer either feature. In addition, Apple may be planning an OLED upgrade in 2024, according to analyst Ross Young, so don't expect this technology until next year. I think the 15-inch MacBook Air will come in color other than silver and spec gray, like the 13-inch model. I haven't heard rumors about specific options, though there were previous rumors about the green version of the M2 MacBook Air that never materialized. Now it is time to talk about 15-inch MacBook Air specs. I don't know much about the specs of this new laptop, but Ku tweeted in June that Apple may offer two CPU options, an M2 like in the new MacBook Air and M2 Pro option. The M2 Pro is currently offered in 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pro models and Mac Mini. If Ku is correct, it's hard to believe that new laptop will be marketed as a MacBook Air. A M2 Pro equipped Air would require at least one fan for cooling. As with the higher-end Pros, are substantial changes to Air's thermal design, likely resulting in a thicker case. So it's possible that Ku is wrong or his source has confused that 15-inch MacBook Air with another laptop. For other features, I expect this new model will be similar to the 13-inch Air. It will likely feature 256GB storage and 8GB of RAM in the entry-level model with 512GB and 1TB, and 16GB or 24GB RAM options. It will also probably have a MagSafe charging port and two Thunderbolt 4 ports and as well as a 1080 FaceTime camera. Finally, the new Air will likely ship with Apple's new dual-port 35W adapter. So this was rough summary of the upcoming MacBook Air. What about your thoughts about upcoming new MacBook Air? Share with me in comment box below. Going to finish today, and I will be back soon with a new video. Till then, take care and thanks for watching. Peace and goodbye.